else would it be then?
Because women have more opportunity, they have more ability to work, so they don't need
men.
They don't need. Yeah, they don't need men, and that's good. That means less relationships with shitty people.
Not necessary.
You agree? You said literally. That's what I said. I said feminism.
That women are more likely to leave shitty situations and abusive situations. So that's great. Yeah, great, wonderful.
But marriage rates have plummeted as a result.
I'm in the fucking hospital, sick. Like that's the only time when I don't want to have sex. So.
That's fair. Controversial take. Some girls on the panel might not like me saying this, but I think if you're a sex worker as a female, you can't tell your guy to be monogamous to you. You've lost that privilege and ability to do so.
That's why we wouldn't date you, so it doesn't matter what you say.
You'd be surprised.
Here's the thing. A lot of men think the way that I do. And what I'm saying is that if a woman's going to forfeit her modesty, right, and put it out there for the internet to see, right, I would be stupid as a man to take her serious and give her monogamy. So if I'm going to be with a woman that shows her goods out to everybody else, because that is effectively cheating from a female frame.
Cheating is just violating boundaries. So unless there's no boundaries, there can't be any cheating.
But what if he's fucking me on camera? So we're both making money at the same time.
That's different.
He can have my money. He can have, if he's fucking me on camera, he can have all the money.
Under the authority of your man is different.
That is different. But what I'm simply saying is that a woman that's involved in certain trades, and I would say sex work, whether she's a stripper, OnlyFans, porn star, any type of industry where she's monetizing her sexuality to a degree, I don't think she really has the authority to tell her man that you need to be monogamous to me, because she's pretty much forfeited that. Because when a woman exposes her sexuality to other strange men for monetary compensation, that is the equivalent to me fucking another girl, because women search for attention and validation from the opposite gender, men search for sex. So the functional equivalent is a woman sexualizing herself.
And I would advise all the women that do that to not. I would advise all the women that do that don't, because there are some men agree with you, but there's a lot of men that don't, and they should date those men and not you.
I mean, men that have options that are attractive that women actually want think the way that I do.
No, where are you getting that? Just for your anecdotes, because like I just said, education, academia leans left, and they don't share your views on sex work. I can assure you that. That's why I'm able to do this. They don't think this constitutes more.
But education does not necessarily mean someone's intelligent.
But I mean,
yeah, but what I mean is a lot of these. So you're saying intelligent men now think the way you do? Because I don't think that's true.
No, I'm not. Well, guys that understand their value and aren't morons and understand how the sexual marketplace really works would understand where I'm coming from with this, because it's a bad trade for you to be monogamous to a woman that is constantly showing her sexuality and putting herself out there for other strangers. That's not a good deal for you as a man.
I disagree. Yeah, but you've said other. Hold on. My bad. Because you've said other times that you would go to the club and you would let your woman stay home. You know, she's lawyer, she's not like an OnlyFans, she doesn't do content. So you've like contradicted yourself a bunch of times, because you are not monogamous in like any situation apparently. Yeah. Because like even if the girl is like creating content, or if she's not, like you're not monogamous.
Hold on. Does my ability to attract a woman, is it contingent upon my body count?
It's not contingent on a woman.
Hold on, let her answer.
I mean, on your body count, I mean, I wouldn't date somebody that's like.
Okay, I don't care what you would date. What I'm asking you is, in general, would my ability to find and attract a woman be contingent upon my sexual partner count?
I mean, no, but.
Okay, hold on. Now stop. Is your value contingent upon the body count?
I mean, according to you guys, but I don't think that.
There you go. That is why me not being monogamous is not as big of a deal as a woman being monogamous. Men are not evaluated on their past to the same degree that women are. Women look for a man with a future. We look for a woman with a clean past. We are not the same.
So how come lifetime partners doesn't seem to have any effect on marriage? Because I looked at the stats. Lifetime, like your body count doesn't seem to have an effect on how likely you are to get married. Your likelihood's the same. So clearly it's not affecting how desirable women are for marriage, because unless maybe they're not disclosing it or
men don't like sluts. Period.
Okay, but it doesn't affect
the bottom line is men don't like sluts, and men don't like women that behave like sluts. And a lot of the times why guys don't do this is because it's an embarrassment to them and their last name. Okay, so what I'm saying is that if a woman forfeits her modesty to go ahead and make money, right, through her sexuality, fantastic. But you are no longer in a leveraged position to demand monogamy from a man. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of guys will feel that way, whether they tell you to your face or not. Maybe they'll step out and go fuck another bitch and tell you about it, say, I'm going to go smash some other girls because you're being on OnlyFans, or they're going to do it and not tell you. The point is that men are going to feel some type of way about their woman being involved in sex work, period.
Okay, well, that's so I'm going back to the original claim. The stats do not show that women who are sluts or have high body counts are less likely to get married. That means men are just as likely to marry you if you're a slut than if not. Maybe not each individual man.
But do you know why? If you told every single man your body count up front, they'll question. You know what? This is worth it. And as well, let's say you don't tell them the exact body count. You tell them like something that's reasonably like I would say high.
Do people really ask that? Is that
no,
real
they
question?
don't. But if you told them up front, they'll question whether they want to be with you or not. 100%.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is the stats do not show that lifetime partners has any effect on your likelihood of getting married. That's the stats.
Well, why have marriage rates been plummeting then?
Why
are less men
because
married?
of body count? Apparently,
that could be a part of it.
I don't think
no, but I'm telling because you're looking at it like okay, so your ability, your body count doesn't affect your ability to get married. But what I'm arguing is that why are marriage rates plummeting?
Because you're saying because of body count.
Well, there's a
where's you getting that? That's making it.
No, hold on. There's a multitude. This is a multifaceted situation why marriage rates are plummeting. Yes. But I would argue that feminism, women being sexually empowered, women being more promiscuous than ever been before, women acting more like men than they ever have before. All these things contribute to the degradation of the institution of marriage.
Yeah, maybe we don't know, but we also
why else would it be then?
Because women have more opportunity, they have more ability to work, so they don't need men. They don't need they don't need men, and that's good. That means less relationships with shitty people.
Not necessary.
You agree? You said literally that's what I said. I said feminism.
That women are more likely to leave shitty situations and abusive situations. So that's great. Yeah, great, wonderful.
But marriage rates have plummeted as a result of that.
But not because of body count.
Not necessarily.
No, I didn't say that's. I don't know if that's a component.
I don't know. And you slept with everybody in the restaurant, and you're with your husband. Do you think he's gonna appreciate that?
I don't know.
Slept with half the restaurant?
Wait, what's your question?
I'm saying like if you sleep with a lot of people and you're with somebody, he's not gonna want to be with somebody that's
so that's everybody. Why but he says women initiate the divorces anyway. So he's not initiating the divorce. So they're not doing it.
You don't get what I'm trying to say though. I'm saying
like wouldn't men initiate it then?
See, here's the thing. Like I said before, it's a very complex situation. It's multifaceted.
I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. So we can say. I'm saying body count is a contributor to it, but there's a multitude of other reasons.
How is it a contributor? Can you explain that? How is it a contributor?
Okay. Thanks to feminism, women have become empowered to make their own decisions when it comes to a variety of things in their life, whether it's partners, career choices, etc. All of this, and then you add in the internet, you add in dating apps, you add Instagram, etc. All this is effectively done is increase the opportunities and options for women in the sexual marketplace. Would you agree?
But for guys, women are way less likely to get.
Would you agree to that?
Yes, but I don't think that means that that's what's causing the divorces. Women are less likely to be repartnered than men after divorce. That's a stat that's been replicated.
But here's the thing: but they have more to gain after divorce.
No, they do far worse. This is something you guys say on your show, and I don't understand how. Like, do people just not check? Women fare off far worse financially, lower standard of living, more likely to be in poverty, more likely to seek government assistance, less likely to repartner. However, men fare off far worse psychologically, more likely to get cancer, more likely to get depression, more likely to have drug and alcohol issues. This has been. This is established.
If it's so negative, then why are women like just running to get divorced?
I think women want to get divorced when they have like an economic, like when they have resources, they're more likely to get divorced. So I agree with you. Now that women have more resources, they're less likely to stay with shitty men or in abusive situations. But I don't think they're like, oh, my body count's high, let me leave. That doesn't make sense.
I said that's a component. That's not the only thing.
But how is that a component? That's what I would like to know.
Like what percentage of the components?
As a byproduct of feminism, women have become more sexually empowered. Therefore, they've had higher, more sexual experiences.
So you're saying the more sexual experiences leads to a likelihood of more divorce? Because I agree that's a byproduct of feminism. I just don't think it's that byproduct that's causing the divorces.
It's like I said before, it's a bunch of things, but having higher body counts is definitely a part of it.
And I don't think it's.
But it's
this is how I think it could be a part of it.
It's one spoke in a spoke wheel of destruction.
This is how I think you may be right. So there's one thing that's really determinant of a long-term relationship. It's something called positive self-delusion. So positive self-delusion is how much you believe that the person you're with is the only person, even though it's not true, that can bring about the feelings of love, warmth, attachment you feel. The more you believe that that person is the only person that can bring it, it's called positive self-delusion. You should look it up. It's a concept in psychology. You're more likely to stay with that person. So yeah, if you've never been with anybody else ever.
Who is that more prevalent in, women or men?
What do you mean? Both. But
but who do you think it's more important for it to attach to, the man or the woman?
What do you mean attached to what? What do you mean?
That concept that you just mentioned.
Who should have it to make things work in a relationship, men or women?
Well, from the stats, it looks like for both people, the more positive self-delusion you have, the more likely you are to be with your partner for both.
If you had to choose one gender.
Why do I have to choose one gender if that's not true?
We're just saying for the argument's sake.
That doesn't make sense. Like, why should I just pick? Like, it's not a thing.
Bro, you and Destiny
see what happened here?
Two peas in a pod. Destiny, where you at, bro?
Yeah, what's it called? Positive self-delusion?
Positive self-delusion.
Yeah, so here's the thing. That basically is that's a kind of roundabout way of saying pair bonding.
But pair bonding isn't affected by, unless you're looking at, I've looked this up thoroughly, the one study on prairie voles, the rodent, and it's not even replicated on their cousin, and they do lifelong bonds. Human beings don't do lifelong bonds. They even can bond for life if just by cohabitating for 24 hours, and human beings obviously don't do that. A lot of times when their partner dies, they never get, some of them just fucking commit suicide. Like, that's not how human beings, and this is the one study that shows it. There's also, people say that, oh, your oxytocin depletes. That doesn't. Drugs and alcohol can contribute to that. So a lot of times people who are hooking up a lot, they also consume more drugs and alcohol. But this idea that oxytocin depletes the more you, like, one of the biggest releases of oxytocin for women is childbirth. So unless you're saying that a woman loves each subsequent child less, it wouldn't make sense to say that your oxytocin depletes because you've been with multiple people.
Women need to attach to a man. It's more important for the woman to attach to the man than the other way around for the relationship to work.
It's called pair bonding, not one person.
And what you mentioned, and the reason for that is because women lose interest in men far quicker than men lose interest in women. So it's
because, and you're saying that because why? Like, why?
Do you disagree that women?
I don't know. Like, where are you getting that? I'd like to know where you're getting that.
Okay, well, studies show that women lose attraction to men, and they lose attraction way faster than men lose attraction to women. So in other words, if a woman is far more likely to be less happy in a relationship and have that attraction drop off significantly versus a man, it's slower.
So there's a study on this? What's the study? I'd like to look it up.
Women lose interest quicker than men do.
And where is this, like, I'd love to look at the study because I've never seen it.
It's in our link tree.
You could Google it. We could pull it up.
But I mean that's just common sense too. Though. Like, who initiates the breakups? Like, women absolutely get bored more than men do. Women need more emotional stimulation than men do to be in a relationship and be attracted to the opposite gender. Men are way easier to please than women. I mean, this is just common sense.
What world are you living in?
I think
now you're just arguing to argue, bro.
You just said if
you can't even agree that women lose attraction faster than men do, and women require far more mental stimulation by your own admission. I need a man that's intelligent and be in a whole conversation.
Yeah, but the men I like also need a woman to be intelligent.
But men don't have the same requirements that women have of men.
Some men.
Incredible.
We have found Destiny's co-host,
bro. This is
incredible.
I'm telling you, bro.
I have a question. What kind of
you can't even agree on basic facts. Yeah, go ahead. Don't go to her. Somebody was saying something?
Don't go to me. I don't need you guys' clients.
I was like, I was asking what kind of law do you
I don't want to handle your estate.
I mean, if you can't even agree on that basic concept that women lose attraction faster than men do, then I don't know.
So you're saying if two people are like madly in love and they're hanging out all the time and they're having a great time, you're saying the woman in that situation is more likely one day to wake up and be like, than the guy?
Women lose attraction faster than men do.
I honestly haven't looked at the studies on this, and I'm willing to
that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's simple if you look at it from a logically sound standpoint. Like, who requires more to be attracted to the opposite gender? Women require more of a man to be attracted to him.
Men also. You guys only care about this young, fertile woman, but a lot of men, like lawyers, I can tell you, they want to actually have conversations with women. They don't want women
Everyone isn't a lawyer
because they want to fuck you.
I understand. Everyone isn't you. Everyone isn't a Miami podcast.
They want to fuck you, so they tell you what you fucking want.
Globally, not just Miami, by the way. Yeah. And also, are you from Miami?
No.
But you're here, right?
Yeah.
So our pool of samples are not from Miami. You keep saying Miami.
This right here just proved that you're just arguing in bad faith. You can't even concede that women have far more requirements of men than men have of women.
Yeah, tell me why you're getting. So this is what I think about men and women. People tend to, like, women make. Yes, I do. People tend to date people that they get along with, that they both think is funny, intelligent, whatever. And this is what the attraction similarity hypothesis is about. People like people.
This is where studies don't adhere to reality a lot of times. A man that is accomplished, that's a somebody, will gladly go out on a date with an 18-year-old that's hot.
No, you guys, I'm telling you, an old man. Okay, listen, I do estate planning, right?
Incredible.
I have clients that are multi-millionaires. I was handling this before I quit. They probably wouldn't have me now.
Are you with them all the time?
No, but I see their
wives. Have you seen their mistresses?
No. I mean,
they don't bring them to social circles. They take them behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But I thought you guys were saying a guy will gladly. I've heard you guys say a guy will gladly marry a millionaire will gladly marry a girl that works at CVS. I don't know if you guys don't agree. If you guys don't say that now,
it's an example of how much disparity.
But will they marry them? Because I've done their estate plans. They're not marrying those girls. They're not marrying 18-year-olds.
They want younger, hotter. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but to a degree. So for instance, I know people who had 40, 50 million.
Just argue,
I'm not okay, but okay, we can move on.
Yeah, you can't even concede that women require far more of men than men require of women.
Can you explain? Since
be hot and be available, and you can go ahead and probably get a date with a guy.
Holy.
On the other hand, the man to get a date with a hot girl, he's got to bring way more to the table. Women expect way more of men than men expect of women. Now, you're taking it to the next level. Marriage. We're not talking about marriage. I'm simply talking about attraction. That was a key word I used earlier.
Okay, I'll give you like it's just physical, like looking at a girl and thinking she's hot. Yeah,
because my first argument was simply this: women lose attraction far quicker than men do.
But now we're talking about who's just attracted to each other by looking at each other. You're right.
Yes.
Men are more attracted to women by looking at them than women are of men. I'll give you that.
And not only that, women need mental stimulation. Women need emotional stimulation.
A lot of men need mental stimulation too. You guys don't. I agree. You don't need mental stimulation at all. And the women you're around seem very boring because you don't even like being around them. You said they talk about their star signs. You're better than me, man. You're better than me because I couldn't last 10 minutes with someone talking about being a Sagittarius.
Destiny,
earlier in the show, you said you was boring, right?
Huh? I said I was boring?
Yes, you did.
In the sense that I don't like to go clubbing. I don't drink.
Your OnlyFans is booming, right?
Yeah.
So men don't care.
What do you mean? But I'm boring in the fact that I'm nerdy and a lot
of jack off to your content.
Wait, what are you saying? Can you please make? Can you put this in? Can you have your premises and your conclusion, please?
What he's simply saying is that by your logic, that women have to be interesting. That would not make sense because you have a bunch of people watching your OnlyFans and they don't give a shit about your
personality. Yes, but some men like to date women that are also interesting, and I would say a lot of men do that.
Okay, some men will say that,
but it's not a requirement.
Exactly.
What do you mean? For some men, it is. A lot of men, it is. A lot of men. That's why the study I showed you, look up necessities and luxury of human mating. Intelligence is a necessity, not a luxury for men and women.
Bro. Not a necessity for men.
Okay, well,
how far in the relationship are you going? Are you talking about marriage or are you talking about a simple relationship?
Well, I'm saying like if you're hanging out with each other, if you're going to dinner with each other, first of all, like a lot of the guys I date they would want to sit around a girl that's just 18 sitting there like, hey, that's like you guys seem okay with that, but a lot of men aren't, especially men that are more educated and intelligent. They don't want to hang out with 20-year-olds that are illiterate.
They also don't want to sit across the table and argue with each other all day either.
I understand. No, but they like to debate. They don't think like you, so we don't usually argue as much on stuff.
They lie to you to fuck you.
Yeah, they lie to get.
I've slept with under 10 people, so I don't know. They're just a waste of their time.
They're not going to argue with you because that would impact their ability to get laid.
I mean, they still do argue with me, just on more just on more. Difficult topics.
They like to argue with you?
Yeah, we like talking about free will and objective morality, not like this, huh? Yeah, we like to argue. We're lawyers.
No, you like to argue.
We like to debate.
They want to fuck.
Yes.
They want to fuck too, but they also like to debate and have intellectual conversations.
The mission is they want to fuck.
Do you fuck them after you debate them?
Mostly no. I've only fucked 7 guys.
There you go.
More than 10.
That's why niggas aren't arguing with you, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yo,
God damn.
Yo, her IG is fucking the worst I've seen on Fresh and Fit.
Help me fix it, guys.
Really? No, bro.
I don't know how to take pictures.
For her, bro.
I was busy in law school. I didn't know how to take IG pictures.
All right. To the school.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna go into